Essayer, hey! Oh, and guess what?
Farley? What's going on?
Observe this. Is it really true? Observe the ocean.
Which is this?
Astonishing clarity in the water. Such locations are uncommon, as you are probably aware. Furthermore, isn't the sun just lovely?
Okay, sorry, which ocean is this? Truth be told, where are you?
Guess what? Smiley face.
I have no idea. I ask because of this. It seems to me that when I awoke this morning to prepare for work, both you and your mother were already gone.
Right. We awoke really early today.
Getting up early for where? Not the neighborhood waiting area, that.
Not close. To see anything as stunning as this in America, you would need to travel to Hawaii at the very least. Haha, this time you guess.
This game is starting to bore me.
Essayer, relax. Okay, here it is. My mom and I are traveling to Hawaii.
What? Where are you?
I know you're surprised, but me and MOM are in Hawaii, lol. Can you believe this is a resort paradise island for us? Great!
Are you crazy? Think about it all. You and your mother-in-law have all gone while I woke up early to prepare breakfast for everyone, but the two of you went on a trip without saying anything to me?
Come on, we're fine. You don't need to care that much. I just want to have some fun.
Okay, so where do you get the money to travel with your mother?
Well, you know we're all poor.
Do you know anything about the company? You should reconsider because it is said that you are the one who received the embezzled money from your company, while I am the person who fully supports you at the company. What do you think about this and even traveling with your mother during this time?
Haha. I'm really grateful to you. You are really great.
What do you say? You throw everything here and act like it's none of your business? On top of that, you decided to take your mom with you? This is not an impulsive time to decide to travel with mother-in-law for a number of reasons now. We are tired and have had enough of you.
Darling, let's go chill, lol.
I don't understand what you two are thinking. Wait. You used our savings, didn't you?
Come on, baby, you're so stressed. Look at the picture of nature and enjoy yourself. You are overworked now. I also saved a very, very long time already. Then I found it in the cupboard and boom. LOL, I'm here with my mom, but I don't know about that bunch of money, love.
Are you sure?
Come on, take a deep breath and think only of me. You are a saver in the house and all household expenses need you to be able to use it. I can't touch it, you know anyone in the family can touch it.
Yes, that's right, because someone in the house has fingerprints. I need to limit these.
LOL, so what do you think?
Did you cheat me? What about you embezzled from your own company?
Why are you so petty to me? It's been too long to mention it.
And then you dragged your mother to live with us, then the money was almost never enough because you couldn't get a decent job. So where do you get the money to go to Hawaii? You have no income or savings. I can't think of any way that you can pay off all that money except in savings. You won the lottery, right?
Unfortunately not. I don't have enough money to do this. But I used another card.
What is the other card?
So you probably know it, it's on the desk. I used your card.
What did you do? You took my card and used it without permission. How dare you do this?
I just borrowed a little. I was also going to ask you about this card, but you were sleeping, so it was. You know, love.
Are you okay? The problem is not that you use the money anymore, you use it without my permission.
Why? Is it as important as me?
You stole someone's things, so that what you like is stealing.
Well, it's not someone else's as you say. I said they were a marital relationship. You are the main earner in this house, meaning that the money is us. It is not strange for me to use it. The weird thing is that I can't use my own money.
Farley, man, look at what you said. And the card password, I never told you this.
How can you be so backward? Your face, of course. Didn't take long to search, haha.
Why didn't I think you were such a good thief?
You should be better at keeping your information private. You should commend me for finding this, not blame me.
Either way, you're still stealing that money from me. Don't you realize what you're doing is a stupid thing?
This is what my mother wanted and told me. Actually, the idea to go this time was that she suggested to me.
Did your mother suggest this?
Ever since I was fired from my old company and I've been trying to find a part-time job, but it's been hell for me. And you don't understand me at all. You always nag about money with me, making me tired and unmotivated to work.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Just because of this little money you make me have no weight in the family. I am no longer the head of the family, so you are always grumpy with me. You just always keep that money to yourself and spend it what you want. Don't you think you're too much for me and Mom? Am I saying this is not true?
I can't even remember spending money and doing what I want.
It stresses me out with whatever you do, so my mom suggested a trip without you. I deserve it.
You are delusional. I don't understand what you are doing and saying anymore now.
Hey, don't touch my mom.
Your mother, She certainly does too, but I mean you're stupid to take her word for it. You can't get a new job, stay at home all day. Don't you feel useless? You look at yourself, you deserve to be a man. When the pillar is not you, are you stressed? You can't make money. Do you deserve stress? You work less than a man?
You are abusing and insulting me.
Did I say something wrong for you, right? I don't just support you. The same goes for all jobs. But in return is your mother's criticism, your laziness, and your heartlessness for what I have done. If you think you're stressed out over my words, well then drown yourself in the mountain of stress that you and your mother presented to me.
You know you're the only one who can do everything. If I were you, I'd take everything.
You are stupid and short-sighted to say such things to me using my card without permission. You are so stupid that you don't care who will pay the rent or what's due in the house.
Dud?
So do you understand why you have to do that?
Come on, you're talking too much. Can't you just let it go? I am on my vacation. You're ruining the ride between me and my mom.
So who needs to be really angry? Who took that card? Are you really aware of your actions?
You are just overdoing it. It's not stealing anything from you, it's simply your joint property. I have the right to use it. You must be happy because this trip relieves my stress.
So should I sympathize with your stupidity?
What's stupid? If you don't get that, you're not a basic wife at all.
What kind of person are you so you ask me to sympathize with a thief?
Like I said, we're married. All you have, I should have the right to use it, right? Honestly, you should be generous with me.
Farley! You are too much.
Then. Okay. I've heard that enough. Can't you just stop for a minute? I will be back home next Thursday. I'll bring you a present. Have a nice day. Bye.
We're not done together, Farley.
Okay, bye, see ya. Essayer. Hey, you check your card. This morning I just went through Famous Cosmetics and saw Dior Cosmetics, so I wanted to give it to my mom, but this damn thing can't be traded. It keeps giving me an error.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, you can't use that card anymore.
What? Why?
I reported to the company to block the credit card. So you won't be able to touch that card anymore.
Are you kidding me? Are you crazy or what? I'm using it. Why did you do that?
I told you, that credit card is not for you to spend frivolously on your own personal purposes, and it is absurd for you to use it like on vacation. I have locked it because I simply don't use it for that, and you are the one who stole it without my consent and freely used it.
Are you serious or something? I need it. We don't bring money here. Do you understand it?
A parent. I mean, you should prepare everything from the beginning. If you don't have money for this vacation from the beginning, then you shouldn't do anything.
But I don't have money. What I need is your card.
I didn't want you to use my card, so I didn't agree in the first place. You do not need to know who these 8 cards belong to and how to use them. You only care about your purpose.
But if you don't unlock the card, we can't book tickets home.
Sorry, but I can't handle this either. I remember you coming back next Thursday is Sunday. So you have to book tickets on Wednesday night so you can return on Thursday morning. Why haven't you booked tickets yet?
Actually, we were going to return on Wednesday night, but the trip was really good, so we would like to have another trip if it is really interesting. So we bought tickets to another location and we were ready for that trip.
Well, is everyone having a good time? But I am not.
So you want us to go home right away?
I don't understand. What do you want anymore? But I suggest you walk back is the most suitable. It's not very far. It's about 2,500 miles from California to Hawaii, and I'm guessing you're completely walkable.
Are you crazy or what? Open my card now. You are so ridiculous and childish.
I don't know who you're talking about, but it has nothing to do with me. Farley, you're using an illegal card.
God, I have to tell you 100 times, you and I are husband and wife. I am qualified to use your card. Don't use the word theft here.
Okay, looks like you don't really understand your problem. I will explain to you that you still marry me, but it does not mean that you have the full right to use my property.
Who cares? It's all in common.
Someone's interested, Farley. But lawyers and people who know the law understand this.
Don't make it such a big deal.
You are using that you do not have the right to manage.
What do you say? I took it from your pocket and used it for the time being.
I think you should double-check the name of that card.
What the hell is that? Harmony. Smith. Why doesn't this card have your name on it?
This is my company accountant's card. I use this card to buy company supplies.
So I mistook your card for the company card?
I don't understand how you can comfortably use it when the printed invoice is completely different from my name.
So why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
Are you sure you understand your problem then? I want to show you what you did with the card and act like a thief for the money.
Impossible. I am your husband. You can solve this problem.
I'm not sure I'm talking about relationships here, Farley. But what you did, I'm sure you understand.
All right, I'll talk to your accountant. This was a complete breakdown.
I'm not sure if you can email them, but I'm sure you'll get an offer.
Why do they do that? Can't they see it as an unwarranted mistake?
Farley, I think you're old enough to know your problems, and I've suffered more than enough for all of your problems. I think you should prepare your own excuses. I've supported you time and time again, but you totally don't care. It's time you got your lesson back.
Hey, wait. Can you apologize to your company for me? And I can return all the money I previously spent. You just need to tell them that you accidentally transferred the wrong amount to me, and I will immediately refund it to you.
Why should I do this for you?
All right, essayer. It's true that I was wrong to use it without permission, but you can't treat me like that. You are my wife, the head of the family. You have the responsibility to correct our mistakes. We are husband and wife, right?
I'm afraid it's not.
What?
Well, if everything you say makes no sense, then I don't see anything you're aware of your mistake, other than blaming someone else. My company will send a letter as soon as possible. Please explain to them as soon as possible honestly, and I do not want to have a relationship with someone like this.
What do you mean by that? I mean, what do you want? Why do you say that?
We end here. I can't follow you around all day cleaning up the trash you left for me.
Why would you want a divorce to end over such little things? Can you forget about it? I may have used your card, but I will return it right away. Don't you see this is pointless?
I don't care about your excuses anymore. I've heard enough of your reasons. You don't need to care or should know why.
Not all. Are you trying to trick me?
Okay, or let's take it one step at a time. Today I'm willing to listen to your defense.
Hey, don't talk like I've always been the wrong one and the guilty one.
Okay, not long ago, specifically 2 years ago, you had an affair with my best friend. Why did you say you were just mistaken?
That's the past. Don't dig up the past like that.
I agree. A year ago you said you don't have a home to go back to, you want to live with me. I happily agree. You bring your mother to live with, it's okay. But the two of you not only don't work, but also make unreasonable demands.
You're angry, but this time, why can't you tell me? You'd rather tell me directly at that moment than hold grudges and act like a child like this.
Next, do you remember the story last year? The story about you being kicked out of the company for embezzlement of public funds. The recent story must be that you know better than me. How do you do it and where the money is? I don't care, I don't need to know. But the result is that you were not only fired from the company but also without a job.
I'm just resting after a long time at work. Why are you overdoing it? No matter how talented I am, someone will accept me.
Oh wow. It's been a year. Farley, can't you see you've been fired for embezzlement? Do you think they will need a talent like you? Honestly, you're the one who has a harder time finding a job than your mother. Sometimes working as part-time waiters even finds it difficult.
Why do you suppose I would fear they would fire me for occasionally borrowing a few dollars? Such a horrible work environment.
You still haven't given them the money you stole from them back. You should be thankful they didn't file charges against you and just sacked you.
It's not like I actually intended to steal or do anything else. They just overreacted since I would have ultimately paid it all back. I wasn't to blame.
Farley, most people don't borrow money from the company as much as you do. I should still get a divorce. I'm sick of arguing and listening to excuses that even children won't listen to.
Shall we try going back, Sayer? I promise this will be the last time. What do you see?
I'm tired of hearing your promises. I'm so tired of your mother who insults me every day, while I work with no time off. I also do the housework for all three people. Do you think I naively agree with you? In your dream. Not only her but you are the one who criticizes me every day. Whatever you say, I don't need to tell you again.
All right, now what do you want? If my mother is right, then I can't support you either. You know this.
Your mother does everything you know, and you stay at home with her all day and you still accept it. Why am I defending you? What she said and did, you use your own eyes to feel that I don't have time and don't have time to listen to you talk so much.
Hey, you're insulting me and my mom. You are going too far with your story.
Then what? Does telling the truth make you feel so hurt? So who stole my holiday card? Who came up with the idea for it? Think about it. Why don't you repeat your familiar phrase like none of your business or I have the right to share property with you? I feel so stupid for not doing it sooner. I have never regretted the decision I made today.
So this is the reason for this, huh?
If you drink, don't have a job or try for yourself, I can't follow you forever.
My mom said I needed to focus on taking care of myself and reducing stress after being fired.
Look who's saying, my dear son, you're so proud, but embezzlement of public funds is so tiring. You need to rest, ha ha ha.
She said it's not wrong, but right? My mom was always right, everyone knows that.
That's ridiculous. Don't you find yourself too attached to your mother? No matter what I do, my mother.
You can't be so selfish. Just because I take care of my mom more, don't make me feel awkward.
Yeah, you just prioritize your mother's feelings. I have no idea. But when you mess things up, go find a wife that doesn't exist like me, Farley. It's best to find someone you really love, and I can't run after you anymore.
Sayer, that's not possible. It won't be okay if you're not here. You have to take me back to California first.
Why don't you register for homelessness in Hawaii? You shouldn't be looking for me.
Hey, come on, I'm just joking with you. You take me home.
I won't do what you say. I'm too angry with you too. I don't want to see you too.
Are you right and am I completely wrong? So let me go home.
You still don't understand your problem is what you did and your attitude makes it impossible for me to accept.
Are you angry just because we enjoyed the holiday without you?
Well, you are not only illiterate but also deaf, so you don't understand what I want to tell you. I congratulate you for successfully escaping me. Again, I won't help you again.
Come on, honey. I cannot live without you. Shall we go home and talk about this later?
I don't care. Let me tell you the good news. I have moved to a new apartment. My belongings have also been deposited at the consignment place. You and your mother will come over to receive them. I'm done with the two of you. Goodbye and never see you again.
Wait! Why can't you do this? We can't make it without you. Where would we be? Hey, Esair.
I blocked him and moved to a new apartment. I also prepared my divorce papers. The procedure will be completed quickly, but we don't have too much common property because before we got married, we had our own property. Therefore, it is very difficult for him to receive a share of the property from me. He paid the full amount after receiving 2 warning letters from the company attorney because after 1 week he still refused to pay. He tried to contact me to borrow money, but I refused to meet him. He tried to annoy me at work, but fortunately the security guards and police arrived in time to take him away. After that, I don't know the specific situation, but he borrowed money from many people and now he has to do the job he hates the most, serving as a waitress. What he hates is feeding him and his mother.
Hey, Melissa. How's everything going at Cali?
It's going pretty well, Dad. I just finished my first year.
That's great to hear. So, what's on your mind today?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about my bank account. I have a hometown credit union account that you're a cosigner on, but I've been thinking about switching to a more convenient bank.
Oh, really? What happened? Did something go wrong with your credit union account?
No, not at all. I actually got a part-time job WHIE at school, and it made me realize that a different bank would be more convenient for me.
I see. Well, do you want me to co-sign on the new ACC as well?
Actually, I was thinking about handling the ACC on my way own. I would like more financial independence.
But Melissa, I'm your dad. I just want to help you out and make sure everything is taken care of.
I appreciate that, Dad. But I'm an adult now, and I think I can handle my finances on my own. Plus, I don't think the reasons you provided for co-signing are valid. I'm 18 now, legally an adult, and I want to have more financial independence. I don't think it's necessary for you to co-sign on my new account. I can handle my finances on my own.
I have a responsibility to ensure your financial well-being. It's not about control, it's about looking out for your best interests. Having a cosigner provides added security and accountability.
I get that, Dad, but I've been managing my finances responsibly. I even got a part-time job to support myself. I just want the convenience of a bank that's closer to me and easier to access. I don't think it's necessary for you to be involved in every financial decision I make.
Melissa, it's not about wanting to control your every move. It's about ensuring your financial stability and having a safety net. Life can be unpredictable, and having a cosigner can offer you protection and guidance when needed. Plus, if there are any emergencies or unexpected expenses, it's beneficial to have someone who can assist you.
Does Dad have anything to hide from you?
What are you saying?
I understand that emergencies can happen, Dad, but I want to learn to handle those situations on my own. I believe I'm capable of making responsible decisions and managing my own finances. Co-signing on a new account feels like a step backward in my journey towards independence.
I want what's best for you, and sometimes that means taking a cautious approach. I'm not trying to hinder your independence. I'm trying to be there for you when you need support. Let's find a middle ground where we can ensure your independence while still having some security measures in place.
Dad, I appreciate your concern, but I really want to explore the possibility of having my own account without a cosigner.
I want to take responsibility for my own financial decisions and learn from any mistakes that may arise. Can we please try to understand each other's perspectives and find a solution that works for both of us?
Melissa, now that you've turned 18 and transitioned to an adult account at the credit union, I think it's important for me to co-sign on the account. I still help you with certain expenses like textbooks, and having my name on the account will make it easier for me to deposit money directly when needed.
I appreciate your willingness to help, but I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable with the idea of you co-signing on my credit union account.
I understand your reasons, but I also want to take more responsibility for managing my own finances and becoming independent.
I understand your desire for independence, Melissa, but co-signing on your account is not about controlling your finances. It's about ensuring that I can provide financial support when necessary. I want to be able to help you quickly and efficiently, especially with expenses like textbooks, which can be quite costly.
I see where you're coming from, Dad, and I appreciate your intention to support me. However, I feel that having you co-sign on my account may give the impression that I'm not capable of managing my own finances. I've been learning and growing in this area, and I believe I can handle it independently.
It's not that I doubt your abilities, but I still want to play a role in assisting you financially. I know you're relatively new to managing your finances, and I want to be there for you as a safety net. Co-signing on the account doesn't mean I don't trust you, it's just an added layer of support. I've been thinking more about our conversation regarding co-signing on your credit union account. After doing some research, I realized that what I told you earlier about the need for co-signing and making deposits was not entirely accurate. Anyone can directly deposit money into your account, and there are other ways for me to provide financial support if necessary.
Thank you for acknowledging that, Dad. I also did some research and found that as a co-signer, you would have certain privileges such as the ability to withdraw money from my account and view my transaction history. However, I prefer to have full control over my own finances and not have anyone else involved in those aspects. Okay, but just so you know, I was a little uncomfortable with the idea of you co-signing on my account at first.
I understand that, but let me explain my reasoning. As you know, I've been helping you pay for things like textbooks and other expenses while you're in school. And since I'm depositing money into your account, I wanted to make sure that I could do it quickly and easily without any issues.
Yeah, I remember you deposited money into my account once last year.
I just want to make sure that you have everything you need to succeed in school and beyond. And having a solid financial foundation is a big part of that.
Oh, really? What do you mean?
It turns out that anyone can directly deposit money into your account, so there's no need for me to be a co-signer or make deposits on your behalf.
I see. So what does being a co-signer actually allow you to do?
As a co-signer, I would have access to view your transaction history and withdraw money from your account. Additionally, we would both share responsibility in case either of us is in a financial mess.
I believe that having an account solely under my name will allow me to take full responsibility for my financial actions and decisions. It will also give me the freedom to manage my finances in a way that aligns with my goals and preferences. Actually, Dad, I appreciate the offer, but I really don't want your name linked to me financially at all. I'm trying to establish my own financial independence.
What do you mean? I just want to help you out and make things easier for you.
I know, and I appreciate that. But I want to be able to handle my finances on my own. Plus, I'm worried about the potential backlash if I suggest that I'm not financially independent.
I understand where you're coming from, but I don't want you to struggle financially either. I used to make a lot more money than I do now, and your mom and I had to supplement our income by withdrawing from our retirement accounts. We're still doing okay, but it's tight.
I appreciate your concern, Dad, but I'm actually doing okay financially too. I'm living with you guys over winter and summer breaks, but during the school year I have a part-time job and I'm managing my expenses pretty well.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about something important. We've been supporting you financially for a while now, but the truth is, we can't continue to do that indefinitely. At some point, the money will run out.
I understand. And I don't want to be a financial burden on you either.
That's good to hear. But there are also some privacy concerns that we need to address. As you know, your mother and I are strict and very religious. We homeschooled you for religious reasons and were accustomed to controlling almost every aspect of your life as a child and a teenager. But now that you're an adult, we need to respect your privacy and autonomy.
But I have to be honest with you. I don't feel comfortable living under your roof anymore. I need my own space and independence.
The joint account with the credit union on my Mint app, I can view every one of your transactions. I can observe your child's spending. Money is not easy to come by. and even if you already have your job. But if I watch you, you will learn how to use your money correctly.
Yeah, Dad, I've been using it and I can see all the transactions on my Mint app. But I don't want you snooping around unless you have a good reason to.
I just want to make sure everything is going well with your finances. I'm not looking to find fault with your purchases, but if I do see something that concerns me, we should talk about it.
I appreciate your concern, but I also value my privacy. I have things going on in my personal life that I need to keep private for my own safety right now, and having access to my financial information could jeopardize that safety.
I understand that privacy is important, and I'll respect that. However, I also want to make sure that we have open communication about anything that might affect our shared finances.
Of course, I want to be transparent about any financial matters that impact us both. But I also want to make sure that my personal privacy is respected.
Well, I was hoping we could co-sign on another bank account together. Your mother and I are going through some financial instability right now, and we could really use your help.
So this is what parents really mean when they want to share their children's accounts, right?
Are you an adult and need help with family matters?
I appreciate you coming to me for help, but I'm not sure if I'm comfortable co-signing on another account with you. Can you tell me more about why you need my help with this?
It's just that we're struggling to make ends meet right now, and we need some extra support. Plus, having a joint account would make it easier to manage our finances and keep track of everything.
I understand where you're coming from, but I've been thinking about my own financial situation lately, and I think it's time for me to start managing my own accounts separately from the family.
What do you mean by that? We've always managed our finances as a family.
I understand that, but I hope you can also understand where I'm coming from. Maybe we can work on finding a solution that works for both of us, like closing out the credit union account and setting up separate accounts for each of us.
Let's stop this here, and not discuss this further. Parents will continue to monitor their children's spending on the current credit card they are using.
Dad, I just checked my account and found that all of my money is missing without any reason. And when I checked my debit card activity, I saw that you withdrew all the money without telling me. Why did you do that?
Oh, that's just a normal thing, dear. I need your contribution to support our family.
But why didn't you tell me before withdrawing the money?
I feel very shocked not knowing why the money disappeared like that.
I'm sorry about that, dear. But now you understand, right?
We need to contribute money to support the family.
I understand that, but I still feel uncomfortable because I wasn't informed beforehand.
Of course, I'll try to inform you beforehand about the family's expenses. But currently, our family has plans to take out a loan to buy a house, and we need everyone in the family to contribute money.
Under my name?
That's correct, dear. We will borrow under your name for convenience in dealing with legal procedures. But of course, when we pay off the debt, I will return this amount to you.
I can't agree to this, Dad. This is beyond my ability. I can't keep listening to unreasonable demands from you. I'm an adult. Dad, that's your and Mom's home loan. I'm not responsible for your excessive spending.
But you have been provided with funds for education, and now you are not even willing to support the family in this loan. Don't you see how selfish you are? So what about my living expenses that you gave me? You shouldn't be so selfish.
I can send money to help pay off the debt, but I cannot have the loan under my name because it could affect my reputation in the future if I am unable to pay it back on time. It will be difficult for me to get a job with a loan under my name.
Melissa, you are betraying the family. The family needs your support and you are not agreeing.
I understand, but having a loan under my name is not the best solution. I will try to find another way to support the family.
I don't believe you. You still don't understand the importance of family, do you?
I understand the importance of family and will try to find a way to support them. But I cannot let it affect my reputation in the future.
Melissa, I want to ask you a question. Do you think your reputation comes solely from the struggles of your family?
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I think you've forgotten the most important thing in life, which is family. How can you be so selfish and only think about yourself without helping your family when they're in need? Just standing as a guarantor for the debt doesn't mean you have to pay it back, but you refuse to help your family.
I'm not being selfish, but I don't want to affect my future career prospects. If I stand as a guarantor for the debt, it could cause negative consequences for my life and career in the future.
But don't you understand that family is also part of life and your success depends on their support? I hope you can rethink and consider supporting your family in all circumstances, not just when they need money, but also when they need emotional support and care from you.
Dad, why are you due to me? Do you want to interfere in my life again?
Really? I just want to give you some advice. You live in my house. You are responsible for this.
But you interfered with my religion, school choice, and financial decisions just to please Mom and you. And now I need money for tuition, but you haven't been supporting me, so I have to work to pay for it.
I understand how you feel, but you also need to understand that our family has spent a lot on your education. The money I took is just a small part that you must send back home.
But I'll try to manage everything. You shouldn't take all of that money without asking for my opinion.
Okay, I understand your opinion. I won't touch that money without asking for your opinion anymore. But I hope you understand that once you turn 18, it's time to give back to the family and pay off debts.
I will work hard to pay off the debt and not let you worry about my finances anymore.
You are a capable person in the family. We have invested you all the money, then you should help us with this. I took a loan of $25,000 and I invested it in a house recently. The plan was to sell it next year if the housing market stabilizes. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned and the money is gone.
What? $25,000 is a significant amount. Dad, how could you take such a loan without discussing it with me? This goes beyond my financial capabilities, and I can't possibly help you repay such a large sum.
I apologize for not discussing it with you beforehand. I thought I was making a wise investment decision, but I underestimated the risks involved. I understand that it's a considerable burden for you, and I'm sorry for putting you in this situation.
I have my own expenses and goals, and this unexpected debt will significantly impact my future plans. Can we explore other options or seek professional advice to manage this situation? Dad, don't you think this number is completely unrealistic for a student like me? Dad, let's live in reality, don't invest and receive failures all day long.
Come on. I can help my parents with this, but just standing in my name will make it easier to breathe. This is the value you can contribute to this family. Don't scream like that all day.
You won't agree to this. Dad can't always go his own way without consulting. This is not fair. I will switch to another consumer card without your presence in this account. What Dad did makes me feel extremely disappointed in what he did.
Don't think that if you can do this, you can still use your guardian's rights to limit your finances.
Dad, let's stop the conversation here. You've let me down.
Melissa, why did you change to a different payment card without informing me? I can't believe you would take control of your own money like this.
Dad, I've had enough. I don't want to be controlled by anyone when it comes to my finances. I need financial independence.
I'm just trying to help you, and I request that you use the card I provided for you. It's part of how I support your expenses.
No, I don't want to listen to nonsense from you anymore. I refuse, Dad. I don't want to hear any more unreasonable requests from you. I am grown up now and capable of managing my own finances.
Don't speak like that, Melissa. This isn't nonsense. I'm your father, and I have a right to look after your finances. I always try to do what's best for the family and help you. I made investments to provide a better life for our family.
Dad, you always spend money in the house squandering it, and when you randomly invest, you never get a return on your investments. You always frivolously spend money and make reckless investments without any returns. I'm tired of these actions. I don't want to be controlled by unreliable decisions.
How dare you say that? I'm trying to make smart investments for our family's future. That's enough, Melissa. I will use my authority as your father to make you listen to me.
And I'm saying that I don't want to accept this anymore. You've already listened enough, and I won't let you control my money any longer. I refuse, Dad. I have listened enough, and I won't accept being controlled by you. I need freedom and the right to make my own financial decisions.
As your father, I have every right to make sure you're making wise financial decisions.
I have listened enough. I need freedom and independence in managing my finances. I won't accept this anymore. I understand that, but I'm an adult now, and I can make my own decisions. I appreciate your concern, but I need to do what's best for me.
Fine, if that's how you feel, then I'll have to use my fatherly authority to make you listen to me.
Dad, please don't do this. I love our family, but I need to be able to make my own choices.
How dare you betray your family and refuse to help it?
I won't refuse, but it won't be possible to put the loan in my name, and I won't let my dad manipulate my finances now and in the future.
I won't let you be at peace if you don't help the family.
Dad, I don't want to hear this anymore, and I hope it doesn't ruin my future.
You're being selfish, Melissa. We've done so much for you, and now it's your turn to contribute.
It's not about being selfish, Dad. I want to focus on my own goals and aspirations. I can't be responsible for fixing all the family's financial issues.
We sacrificed a lot for you, and we expect you to help us in return. It's your duty as a family member.
I understand that you've made sacrifices, but I also have my own dreams and responsibilities. I can't carry the weight of everyone's financial burdens on my shoulders.
Well, I won't stand for this, Melissa. You should prioritize the family's needs over your own desires.
Dad, I'm not neglecting the family's needs, but I also need to take care of myself and build a stable future. I hope you can understand that.
This is disappointing, Melissa. I thought I raised you to be more responsible and caring towards the family.
Dad, I don't want that at all. Dad, please answer me.
Dad didn't respond to all my messages. A week later, I got a notification about the debt attached, but I refused and they yelled at me a lot. Then my parents cut off all my school fees. Although it was a bit difficult at first, thanks to my friends, I overcame it. But they blocked contact from me. Was this really right what I did?
Selena, what are you up to? Have you finished preparing lunch yet? What is taking so long? You're not that good in the kitchen for a housewife, are you?
Keelan, I'm not home today. As I previously stated, I have a job today. I made your lunch yesterday, so you can take it out of the fridge and heat it up if you're hungry. It has been labeled for you.
Oh my God. Aren't you ashamed of yourself for making up such stories? Not to mention making your mother-in-law eat cold leftovers. You can't possibly do anything properly, can you?
They aren't stale leftovers. I made it for you for lunch, like I mentioned, and you may reheat it in the microwave. And I'm not making things up. What am I meant to be lying about?
Oh, I know you're a full-time housewife swindling my son's money. You don't have to appear to be employed or anything. Are you out shopping or something?
What gives you that impression? And why would I fabricate a lie in the first place? You can ask Roger about it when you see him.
I'm sure you're telling your horrible housewife buddies about me. It's very bad. Why aren't you down at the fertility clinic if you have so much spare time?
Why are you bringing it up now?
Despite the fact that you claim to be a full-time housewife, you go out and leave the tasks unfinished so you may gossip about me. And how come you and Roger haven't had any children? It must be your fault because I have yet to have a grandchild. Do you not believe you should take some responsibility and act? Roger is a sad case.
I don't need to visit a fertility clinic because children are a blessing. If it happens, it happens. And, besides, I do have a job. Because of the epidemic, I mainly work from home these days, but there are instances when I need to visit the workplace. I'm sure I've mentioned it before.
Even though Felix purchased a wonderful home for the two of you to live in, I can see it going to waste in your hands. Aren't you ashamed to call yourself a housewife?
I don't consider myself a housewife. I told you I have a job. What are you on about? The house is fine.
To be honest, Roger does not deserve such treatment.
What exactly do you mean by that?
He was finally able to accumulate enough money to buy a brand new house because of all of his hard work over the years. And yet, his wife is doing nothing to keep it. Simply sitting around idly, day after day, allowing the place to degrade. After all, you are a parasite.
Did Roger truly say any of that?
What do you mean?
Did Roger inform you that he had purchased the house?
He, of course, purchased the house. It's unmistakable. I'm not even going to ask him.
Isn't that correct? If you say so. Anyway, I'm about to start working again, so no more texts from me till I return home. And don't forget about your lunch in the fridge. I made it especially for you, so I'm confident you'll be fine.
You're such a heartless woman. I'm not sure how Roger married a useless lady like you. Oh, my boy.
Good day, Keelan. What did you tell your mom about the house, Roger?
Huh? What exactly is going on? What about the house? Is something going on?
Why does your mother believe you purchased the house? Did you tell her about it? I believe you should explain the situation to her.
Oh, come on, that's unnecessary. Anyway, why would I deliberately say something that would irritate her?
What do you mean, irritate her? How about me? Your mom doesn't seem to realize I'm working. It goes in one ear and out the other no matter how many times I explain it to her. She even referred to me as a parasite. She accused me of living on your money. Doesn't that worry you in the least?
To be honest, it doesn't.
Roger, are you serious?
It's impossible to avoid. You know she's at that age now? She was set in her ways and all that. It is too late for her to change her ways. I wouldn't put too much stock in what she says. Simply allow her to believe whatever she wants. It's not a huge deal. I believe we should just let her believe that her son worked well and was able to get a wonderful house. That way, she'll be happier. Don't you think it's best for all three of us if we just leave it? What's the issue?
I'm not bothered if she believes it. Or, more accurately, I don't care either way. However, it becomes a problem when she resents me for it. She's continually insulting me and moaning about everything I do. To be absolutely honest, I'm over it. Can't you just tell her what's going on and end it? I'm tired of dealing with it.
As I previously stated, why would I go out of my way to say something that would irritate her?
Don't you want your wife and mother to get along with one another? Are you all right with us fighting all the time?
Selena, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm busy right now. I'll call you later.
Busy? So, what are you doing?
You know, this and that. I don't have time to go into detail.
Have you been looking for work lately? Why are you so busy when you haven't even gone to an interview in months?
It's not important, okay? Could you please leave me alone? Anyway, whatever you two are going through has nothing to do with me. You're both women, so you should be able to get along. I'll leave you to it. I don't want to become involved.
But you are the source of her resentment. Roger, this isn't right.
That's all. I'm done with you. You must get out of this house immediately. Stop taking advantage of my son.
Please excuse me?
If you're not going to behave like a respectable wife, I'm not going to allow you freeload on my son any longer, you parasite. So I demand that you leave.
What exactly are you on about? You want me to go? Why? I've always been nice to you. After all, you're the one who made the decision to come and live with us in the first place. And now you want me to go? Do you believe that will happen?
Oh, I know it'll happen. I'm Roger's mother, after all. I have the authority to make decisions about who resides in our home.
Despite the fact that none of you owns the house?
You've done it again. Acting all lofty and powerful. You have no right to minimize his accomplishments. He's been working for years to be able to afford this property. You should express your gratitude to him. To be honest, your terrible attitude is exactly why you're a parasite. A housewife who is unable to bear children and refuses to do housekeeping has no value in our world. There is no worth at all.
What an archaic mindset. I'm almost impressed that you can say it with a straight face despite having no knowledge of the subject.
You aim to mock me in addition to badmouthing my son?
No way. In fact, if you insist, I intend to honor your request.
Excellent. So you'll be leaving right away? I feel like my luck is dwindling with every second you spend in this house. So you do me a favor and depart the house as soon as feasible.
Fine. If that's how you feel, I suppose there's nothing you can do. I'll be gone before you realize it.
It's about time. My son and I shall be liberated from your oppressive presence. As you may imagine, living in the same house as a filthy parasite like you has been quite stressful for me.
Now you're truly overstepping your bounds. Do you suppose I'll just accept that? This is known as verbal abuse.
I couldn't care less how you feel about it. You'll be out of the home anyhow. Roger's house, by the way, was purchased with money acquired through effort and tears. We don't want a parasite like you hanging around who doesn't give anything to the house. Please just leave us alone.
Sure, why not? Then I'll just sell the house.
What? What exactly do you mean?
Keelan, farewell.
Just a moment, young lady! Please explain what you meant. What exactly do you mean, sell the house? What exactly do you intend to do?
You may wonder how. It is, after all, my home. So, if you insist on my leaving, I suppose I'll have no choice but to sell it. Unless you decide to leave, in which case I will almost certainly sell it. After all, it is a lovely home, as you stated. I'm confident I'll be able to sell it quickly. But, in any case, you no longer have to put up with a nasty parasite like me. Does that make you feel better?
Wait a second. What exactly is going on? What exactly are you saying? What exactly do you mean by your house? What do you mean? You've been babbling all along. You can't possibly do all of that. Don't act as though this house is yours when Roger has worked hard for years to afford it. You have no right to disrespect my son.
I'm not mocking anyone. The truth is, I own this house. In the legal sense.
How can that be?
I paid for it with my money. The contract is in my name.
I don't comprehend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you astonished that the house you've been living in all this time, which you thought belonged to your son, now belongs to your cold-hearted, parasitic daughter-in-law? Do you need a moment to digest that? The house is mine, therefore if you want me to leave, you must buy it from me. Not that your Roger has the funds to do so, but you are welcome to try.
What exactly is going on here? So this isn't Roger's house?
That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Roger, by the way, hasn't worked in over a year. He is unemployed.
What exactly is he?
Oh, he didn't seem to tell you, did he? He initially attempted to locate another employment, but gave up when he could not find immediate success. He hasn't had a job interview in months, nor has he sent out a CV. This entire time, he's been living off of my money.
So, where has he been all day?
He generally drives to the drive-thru down the road and spends the entire day there. He occasionally goes out to the racecourse to wager or simply waits at a pub until it gets dark. Or he just spends the day at his girlfriend's house playing video games.
What do you mean his girlfriend's house? Gambling?
You're not telling the truth. You're making stuff up yet again. None of those things would ever occur to Roger. You are free to believe whatever you wish. However, it will not affect the fact that what I have just told you is true. You can ask him. It wasn't him who has been there for you the whole time, it's been me. I've let you both live in my house and have covered all of your bills. You didn't know anything about it.
No way. Are you sure Roger is unemployed? That cannot be true. It's illogical. How have you been able to exist if neither of you are working?
How many times do I have to say this? I'm employed. I do my work from home. I've been working since before Roger and I were married, so I've accumulated some savings. But I can't continue to live in the same house with you two and deal with your behavior. I'll be leaving this place, so I'll sell the house.
But wait a minute. Where are we going if what you say is true? We make no money. How will we survive?
I've got no idea. You'll have to work things out with your scumbag son and decide for yourselves.
You have no right to label my son a scumbag. That's a terrible thing to say about your own hubby.
That's the truth. He is unemployed, therefore I doubt he will be able to pay alimony if I divorce him. But, since we've arrived at this stage, I've decided to divorce him. In the best case scenario, his girlfriend will pay his legal bills.
What's the point? You intend to divorce him and sell your home? Are you certain?
Obviously, I'm serious. Why would I want to stay in this house and support my unfaithful husband? I'm not interested. In any case, please decide whether the two of you will leave the house or stay and buy it from me. Because the property market is still on the rise, I encourage you make your decision as soon as possible.
Remove it immediately. How did you do it? You're Roger's wife, right? I'll admit that I was unaware of his unemployment. However, everyone experiences difficulties in life. And it's your obligation as his wife to be there for him when things become tough.
I did back him up. Actually, for an entire year. I put up with your verbal and physical assaults. I tolerated his deception and let him gamble away my money. But this is where it all comes down to. To be honest, I'm at a loss for words.
But you can't just compel us to leave. You are not thinking clearly. Consider the consequences of your actions.
And have you too considered my situation? Huh?
What precisely do you mean?
Did you try to compel me to leave? You mistook this for Roger's home. Did you consider what I would do? Where would I go?
Couldn't you just go back to live with your folks or something?
My folks live on the other side of the country. You had completely forgotten about me. So you have no right to complain when I treat you similarly.
What exactly are you attempting to say?
How many times do I need to say it? I'm going to sell the house. If you want me to leave, I must sell it. Because it's my residence. Do you understand now? I don't care where you and your scumbag son go.
How can you have such a callous attitude toward us? We're a part of your family.
Nope. You're just some other people who have nothing to do with me after the divorce is finalized. I'm not acting irresponsibly. Although I'm sure you went white as a sheep during this conversation, I've reached my limit. This is the course of action I've been compelled to take. You realize that everything is your fault, right? So make your bed and sleep in it.
Please, Selena, think about Roger and me for a moment.
I'm done thinking about you too. I no longer need any of you in my life. No matter how hard you try, I've already made up my mind. I no longer have feelings for either of you. And when he stopped looking for work and began cheating on me with another woman, I went frigid. I'm glad I made the decision to divorce him. By the way, I've informed Roger about the situation. Good day to you, Keelan.
Selena, pause. Roger is currently unemployed, so how are we expected to survive? Who is going to back us up?
Who knows? Certainly not me. I suppose you'll have to obtain a job. After all, you're not old enough to qualify for a pension. For the time being, if you want to survive, you'll have to work. That, or make your son work. In any case, it is no longer relevant to me.
Selena, please rethink.
Why would I do something like that?
I can't deny that we've had a few misunderstandings thus far. But, from now on, let's strive to get along better. It is still not too late. I'm available to assist you around the house. Let us three look after each other. Because we are family, we must support one another.
Think about it. Your attitude toward me has changed now that you're in danger. Sorry, but it is too late. But I must say, that made me laugh. Anyway, from now on, you and I are strangers, so stop referring to the three of us as family. Have you ever treated me like family before? And now that it's convenient, you want to get along with me?
I get it. I sincerely apologize for anything I've done to you. Please don't desert us. We have nowhere to go. And I can't seem to find work.
So I know where your son gets it. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you want to survive, you must stop grumbling and start seeking for a job. Good luck with your job searches, both of you. You're going to need it. After that, thank you, Keelan discovered the truth about her son and recognized what I told her was accurate. Roger was ultimately stumped. He was divorced, jobless, and obliged to pay alimony since he had been adulterous and abusive. He couldn't do anything to save himself.
Good evening, Mom. I hope you're doing well.
What's wrong, Lonnie?
I wanted to ask if it would be possible for us to buy some groceries for the kids. We're running low on supplies, and I thought it would be helpful.
Lonnie, I understand your situation, but I don't agree with providing you with groceries. You and the kids spend too much, and you don't contribute financially to the family. I won't spend any money on you.
I understand your concerns, Mom, and I want you to know that I am actively looking for work. It's just that without someone to take care of the kids, I can't go out and find a job to help support the family.
It's been a long time since you've been without a job. I've seen how much money is being spent, and it's not sustainable. I won't enable this kind of dependency.
Mom, I want you to know that I'm not comfortable relying on others for financial support. I genuinely want to contribute, but finding suitable childcare has been a challenge.
I understand that it can be difficult to find childcare, but it's important for you to take responsibility. You can't expect others to constantly provide for you and the kids. It's time for you to find a solution and start working towards being self-sufficient.
But I hope you understand that the money my husband earns has been sent to you. I believe that both you and I have the right to use that money for our own expenses and livelihood.
I understand that Kane has transferred the money to me, but it is not solely yours to claim. It belongs to the family as a whole, not just you. I have concerns about your ability to contribute financially, and I question your dependence on Kane and his family.
I want to clarify that I never intended to be solely dependent on Kane or his family. I have been actively searching for employment and striving to improve our financial situation.
The money Kane transferred is meant to support our family, and I believe it should be utilized accordingly.
I believe you should be self-sufficient and not solely rely on others, especially my son and his family. I want what is best for him and our family's future. And don't think about bothering us anymore.
I understand your concerns, and I share the desire for our family's well-being. However, I believe it's important to address the present situation and find a solution that benefits everyone. I am committed to finding employment and taking steps towards financial independence.
It's not just about finding employment temporarily. I want to see long-term stability and financial responsibility from you. I believe you need to prove yourself and show that you can contribute to our family's future, both financially and emotionally. I have observed your behavior, and I must say, I don't think you're deserving of my son. You seem to be nothing more than a dependent, clinging onto my son and his family.
I'm sorry if my actions have given you that impression, Mom. I assure you that I have no intention of being a burden or causing any distress. I value my relationship with your son and our family.
It's not just my impression, Lonnie. I see how you rely on my son financially. You haven't held a steady job, and you seem content with living off his income. It's concerning to me.
I understand your concerns, Mom, but please know that I've been actively searching for employment. I've had a few setbacks, but I'm determined to contribute to our household financially. I'm not complacent in my situation.
It's not just about financial contributions, Lonnie. It's about taking responsibility and showing ambition in life. I hope you understand, Lonnie, that my son deserves a partner who is independent, driven, and capable of standing on her own 2 feet. I want the best for him, and I question whether you can provide that.
I understand that you want the best for your son, but you need to respect my opinion.
Ha! What?
Mom, I never meant to offend you by asking for some money to cover my expenses. I apologize if it came across that way. I'm facing some financial difficulties at the moment, and I was hoping for your understanding.
Understanding? You think I should understand that you want to spend money freely without contributing anything? You're just a useless burden, always relying on others like a parasite. I can't believe you would dare to insult me by asking for money.
Mom, I'm shocked by your harsh words. I never intended to insult you. I simply hoped for your empathy and support, considering the challenges I'm facing. I thought you, as a woman who has experienced the struggles of motherhood and financial hardships, would understand.
Don't compare yourself to me. Even in difficult times, I never resorted to being unemployed and begging for money. I have always taken care of myself and my family. I don't want to discuss this any further. You should be grateful for living in a good family like ours.
I respect your accomplishments and the life you have built. But please understand that everyone's circumstances are different. I'm trying my best to improve our situation, and sometimes that involves seeking temporary assistance. I never intended to take advantage of you.
I am your mother-in-law, and I love you as my own. But it doesn't mean I have to support your every request. I expect you to be independent and responsible. If you're unable to manage your own finances, it reflects poorly on your character and undermines your worth.
I understand your expectations, and I genuinely want to become a self-reliant individual. I'm working hard to find a job and contribute to our family's well-being. I hope you can have faith in me and offer guidance rather than criticism. I'm sorry if my words were offensive. I didn't mean to disrespect you by asking for some money to spend. I understand that you have your reasons for not wanting to give me the funds, but I hope you can understand my situation as well.
How dare you? You have the audacity to speak to me in such a manner. You are nothing but a worthless parasite, always relying on others for your survival. You have no right to demand anything from me.
I'm deeply hurt by your words, Mom. I never intended to be a burden or offend you in any way. I just wanted you to understand the challenges I'm facing. I thought you, as a mother who has experienced the struggles of raising children and facing financial difficulties, would empathize with me.
Don't you dare compare yourself to me. I have never been a freeloader like you, begging for money. I don't want to waste any more words on this matter. As your mother-in-law, I love you, but you need to learn your place and appreciate the privilege of being part of a good family.
I understand that you've had your own experiences and hardships, and I respect that. But please try to understand that I am not trying to take advantage of anyone. I am going through a tough time, and I hoped for your understanding and support.
You should be ashamed of yourself for living like a parasite in this house.
Mom, don't you think I'm exaggerating after all these insults? This is too much. I want you to understand that I will try harder to fulfill my responsibilities in the family, but with a young child, it can be challenging for me to excel in every aspect.
I don't want to hear excuses from useless and unemployed individuals like you. I refuse to listen to any more of this. Furthermore, I am declaring that you have no right to be in this house anymore, and I will not provide you with any financial support.
Mom, I never intended to be a burden to you or the family. I am doing my best in my circumstances, but sometimes it's not easy. I am trying to provide for my child and be a responsible mother.
I have made up my mind. You will no longer have any standing in this household, and I will not be providing you with any money from now on.
I have made up my mind. You will no longer have any standing in this household, and I will not be providing you with any money from now on.
Shut up! Know your position!
I became silent, feeling sad and uncertain, as my mother-in-law reaffirmed her decision, leaving me feeling displaced and uncertain about my future. While surfing IG, I suddenly realized that my husband's family had a trip this week, but everyone was silent and ignored when they didn't tell me anything about this trip. They never told me and secretly went together.
Mom, I can't believe you left me out of the family trip without even letting me know. How could you do that?
What family trip are you talking about? There was no trip. We just visited some relatives for a few days, not a vacation like you had.
That's not true. I saw the plane ticket in my husband's bag. They were departing on the day you all left.
Oh, so you found a ticket? Let me clarify, dear. We didn't go on a family trip. I have no idea why you think we did. And I think I need to explain or try to clarify the reasons for you. I think you are smart enough to realize your own problem.
Don't lie to me, Mom. I know there was a trip, and you purposely excluded me. Am I not considered a family member like everyone else?
What? What are you questioning? You think I purposely excluded you? Let me remind you, dear. I was once a penniless parasite myself, relying on others. But now, I am no longer that. Don't compare yourself to everyone in the family.
How can you say that? I thought we were family, and family members don't treat each other like this. It hurts to be left out and ignored.
You misunderstand, Lonnie. I never said you're not family. But don't assume that you should be a part of everything. We all have our own lives and priorities.
But I've always been there for everyone, supporting and caring for the family. Why am I being treated differently now? It's not fair.
Life is not always fair, Lonnie. And just because you've been there for everyone doesn't mean they owe you the same. We all have our own perspectives and choices. You need to understand that.
I just want to feel included and valued, Mom. Is that too much to ask? I deserve to be a part of my own family's activities and decisions. I can't help but feel hurt and excluded. Why did you want to leave me out of the family trip? Don't you consider me a member of the family like everyone else?
What? What are you questioning? Are you insinuating that I intentionally excluded you? Let me remind you, dear, that there was a time when I was just a penniless parasite myself. I was dependent on others in this house. But now, I am no longer that. Don't compare yourself to everyone in the family.
I'm not comparing myself to anyone. I just want to understand why I wasn't included. It hurts to see everyone else enjoying themselves without me, as if I don't belong.
Lonnie, it's not about belonging or not considering you a family member. It's about circumstances and individual choices. Everyone has their own lives and priorities. You shouldn't take it personally.
I've always been there for the family, supporting and caring for everyone. Why am I being treated differently now? It feels like you're disregarding my presence and my role in this family.
You must understand that life is not always fair. People change, situations change, and dynamics change. It doesn't mean you are any less important, but it's unrealistic to expect to be a part of everything.
I'm not asking to be a part of everything, Mom. I just want to be included when it comes to family activities and decisions. Is that too much to ask for?
Lonnie, it's not that simple. We all have different perspectives and circumstances. Sometimes plans are made in a hurry or there are limitations. It doesn't mean we don't value you or your opinions. You are a part of this family, and that won't change.
I understand that things may not always go as planned, but I can't help feeling left out and unimportant. It's disheartening to see everyone else involved while I'm left in the dark. So who is the girl with her family?
Which girl?
I need to know, who is the girl accompanying Kane? I've seen them being intimate with each other.
You don't need to worry about that. She's just an acquaintance of mine.
I can't ignore this, Mom. Are you trying to hide my husband's affair because that girl is better than me?
You shouldn't speculate on baseless and irrational assumptions like that. You need to know your place in this family.
I'm furious, Mom. So, what is my position in this family?
If you consider yourself useless, then you should stay at home and take care of the family.
Why are you saying that? Initially, you asked me to stay at home and take care of my husband and children instead of working like others.
Everyone contributes and earns money in their own way, even when staying at home. But in your case, you just sit around doing nothing, without any income, which makes you seem useless. You are not worthy of my son.
So, Kane having an affair with another woman is considered normal? Should I just accept my position?
I think you're overreacting. It's just a minor story causing a fuss.
So why did you initially ask me to stay at home and take care of my husband and children instead of going to work like everyone else?
Well, people who stay at home can still contribute financially in their own ways. But in your case, you seem to be useless, sitting at home without any money or a job. You're not deserving of my son.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How can you say that? I've been taking care of this family and sacrificing my career for them. And now you're telling me I'm worthless?
Look, it's normal for my son, Kane, to have other women in his life. People have affairs all the time. You need to understand your position.
This is outrageous. I can't accept that kind of behavior from my husband, and I won't tolerate being treated like this. I deserve respect and loyalty.
Lonnie, you don't seem to understand. It's not about respect or loyalty, it's just the way things are. I think you need to come to terms with your position in this family.
I refuse to accept that. I am a strong and independent woman, and I deserve better. I won't let anyone belittle me or undermine my self-worth.
You can think whatever you want, Lonnie, but the reality is that you should lower your expectations. You're just causing unnecessary drama by not understanding your place in this family.
I will not allow anyone to diminish my value. I will stand up for myself and fight for what I deserve. I won't let anyone define my worth based on their narrow-minded beliefs.
Suit yourself, Lonnie. But don't expect sympathy or support from me. You'll realize soon enough that things won't change just because you're upset.
I decided to bring this story to ask my husband in the morning so that Kane could give me an answer. In the morning.
Kane, I need to tell you something.
What's up?
Kane, I'm enraged. Why does your mom always deliberately call me useless and refuse to provide money for groceries for our children?
Lonnie, I'm getting tired of all this arguing. You should listen to Mom and understand your position instead of constantly bickering. It's giving me a headache.
I can't believe you're taking her side. She's constantly belittling me and disregarding our children's needs.
Look, Lonnie, maybe you should know your place and heed Mom's advice. It's not worth arguing all the time. You need to understand your role and position in this family.
I'm taken aback. So, is that why your family intentionally left me out of the family trip this week?
That's for you to think about, Lonnie. Not every decision in this family should revolve around your desires. You need to understand your position and act accordingly.
I can't believe you're saying this. I deserve to be treated as an equal member of this family. I contribute just as much as anyone else.
It's not about equality, Lonnie. It's about understanding your place and behaving accordingly. You need to respect the dynamics of our family. I'm getting frustrated. You should know better and listen to Mom instead of constantly arguing with her. It's giving me a headache.
But Kane, I thought we were a family. I don't understand why Mom treats me this way.
Lonnie, you need to understand your role and position in this family. Mom has her reasons, and it's not your place to question her.
So, that's why your family invited me to stay home and excluded me from the family trip this week, right?
It's up to you, Lonnie.
Kane, I'm really confused.
Are you saying that I should base my worth and identity solely on this family and understand my position?
Yes, Lonnie. It's important for you to recognize your role within the family and adjust your behavior accordingly.
But does that mean your family decided to exclude me from the trip this week?
It depends on how you perceive it, Lonnie. Not every decision revolves around catering to your desires. You need to understand your place in this family before you can act in a manner that aligns with our family dynamics.
I never expected to be left out like this. It hurts to feel disregarded by your family.
It's important for you to reflect on your position within the family and make adjustments as necessary.
I am speechless you're saying such a thing.
It's not about equality, Lonnie. It's about understanding your place and behaving accordingly. You need to respect the dynamics of our family.
So, what's about the girl in the vacation?
Who?
The girl who is going with your family on the trip. Who is she, Kane?
She's just a friend of the family, Lonnie. You don't need to worry about it. There's no need to bring it up again. The travel plans have been made and there won't be any changes. You should stay home and take care of our children, as it's your responsibility.
I'm disappointed in how things are changing, Kane. I thought we were a family, supporting each other.
Lonnie, it's up to you to feel however you want. But please understand that the travel arrangements have already been made and there won't be any alterations. It's best if you focus on your duties at home and take care of our children. I'll be back soon.
I just feel let down by the changes I'm seeing in you, Kane.
I told you she's your friend and it's up to you, Lonnie.
Lonnie, I understand that you're upset, but you have to realize that not every decision can revolve around you. Our family has its own dynamics and considerations. It's important for you to reflect on your position and adjust your expectations accordingly.
It's just difficult for me to understand why I'm being treated differently and made to feel like an outsider in my own family. I thought we were a team, Kane. Shouldn't we make decisions together and support each other?
I understand your perspective, Lonnie, and I apologize if you feel that way. But sometimes, certain decisions are made based on various factors and circumstances. It doesn't mean you're less important or valued within the family. We all have different roles and responsibilities, and it's crucial to find a balance between them.
I just wish I could be included and considered in these decisions. It hurts to think that I'm being left out and my opinions don't matter.
Your opinions do matter, and I don't want you to feel excluded. But in this particular situation, the plans were already finalized, and it wasn't possible to accommodate everyone's preferences. It doesn't diminish your value or your role as a partner and parent.
Lonnie, I think we should stop this argument. It's not getting us anywhere.
No, Kane, we need to address the issue. Your family doesn't seem to respect me and treats me like a mere housekeeper. Everything just goes downhill if you don't address it.
I understand your concerns, but right now, I've had a long day at work, and I don't want to discuss this further.
How can you just brush it off? This is important to me, Kane. I deserve to be respected and treated as an equal in your family.
I hear you, but can we please talk about this another time? I'm exhausted, and I don't think we'll reach a resolution in this state.
It feels like you're avoiding the issue, Kane. This affects our relationship and our family dynamics. We can't just sweep it under the rug.
I'm not avoiding the issue. I just need some time to decompress before discussing it. We both need to approach this with a clear mind and open hearts.
Fine, Kane. Let's take a break for now. But remember, this is something that needs to be addressed if we want our relationship and family to thrive.
All right, Lonnie.
After witnessing everything that was happening to me, I suddenly realized that I had wasted my time with a lousy weaselkin and a family and mother-in-law who only scolded and humiliated me. I decided to move out during their vacation week. After that, Kane came to convince me many times, but I was too bored with everything, so I decided to break up peacefully. They also knew that I myself had a new home without help. Although they tried to contact me, I blocked these malicious people.